can't have a
nor
time
is he
wizard
late.
just to have
He is
just
always
to be like
there
extreme punctual.
precisely when he means to be.
Exactly. So, with that being said and done, I have a simple question, because all of you have gathered.
Absolutely not.
Well, I guess we gotta call it today's session. Sorry, guys.
Well,
Evil doesn't feel like it.
the air decided to shut the portal on Kalis. He's dead.
There you go. It's over. It's over, Rose. Anyway, give me a second. I just sure. Okay. So with that being said and done, just ignoring the home. Is everybody ready to be? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Ignoring Nihilum, I have a simple question. Is everybody ready to begin the session?
Yes.
Are you? And everybody else? As well? Yes. Very good. So, last we left off, you all, well, reunited together by a massive door and had a little showdown, if you will, inside of it. Apparently, Nihilum has some blood, some threads of it from an ancient, long forgotten line of divinity. And was given a key which was a living sword by the name of Inus that began a sequence of opening the passageway for you to enter. But that, well, stirred a lot of people, a lot of things. Manifestations of lizard folk, big and small, as they wanted to dispose of you from going deeper. You dispatched them till, of course, the door didn't open, but a portal manifested, gaining passage for all of you as you all entered inside, as the outside was becoming more and more hostile as moments went on. Now, let's see, and I really hope this is the this is the raw. My isn't working. Shit.
Please. He appears to be muted by me, so.
No, it's searching, it's looking. It's looking. Please, I beg you. Look.
It's searching for its victim.
Yeah, come on. Stop searching. I wanna. Come on. Don't do this to me. Come on. I'm gonna look for alternatives then. Yeah. I'm gonna get the other bot available.
It was only hostile because of Theo.
The other bot is not.
It was Dio all along.
The bots are not responding. We're fucked.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna disconnect this.
Eduardo!
We'll just use our soundboards instead.
Come on, the thing.
Use your imagination.
Use the.
There is a house in your
No. This VOD will get Ow, my eardrums. Anyway, really want this.
Did someone not put their soundboard quieter?
Yes.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, please, I'm gonna mute the soundboard. The fucking EP. Now I muted it. There you go. Your wild spells cannot. Please.
Why do you even know that? That's a German meme.
Let's see. Please work.
I keep thinking it works, and then it's just a stupid sound.
Please work. Why is this? Why must I suffer? Come on. Stop thinking. Load it up. Load it up. Please. I beg you. I beg. of you. God, please. There is no God. There's only Jeff.
I smell Jojo.
Man. Okay.
I could do.
Actually, I'm gonna try to cheese the bot. Hold up a second.
We can also open a watch together.
Shut up.
Let's
No,
do
no,
the cursed one.
Sorry.
no,
Do
no.
the cursed one.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. I'm gonna. I need to. I wanna see if this is gonna work. Why is it always fainting?
It's-
That's a good question. Why?
It's cursed.
See, please. Because it's seemingly it is
You know-
trying to.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe
Uh-huh.
the bot fell into the hole.
Oh, you're not in the same voice channel.
Unicorn.
Did you send it to a different channel?
No.
No,
It just.
you're not in.
Huh?
Oh,
is it offline actually? It is.
Wasted.
It's offline. It's dead. Dead, Jim.
Okay, that's one.
I love this because it worked previously, but now it doesn't. Yeah. Hold up a second. I'm gonna do something.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Okay. God damn it, dude. This is sad. This is absolutely sad. Shut up. Give me a second. I'm gonna. I'm gonna look at the book. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
It's so much later that the narrator got tired and they had to hire a new one.
Shut up. Please! Please!
If you say please, it will know you need it and it won't listen.
It will just want more money if you say please.
I'll
Who
say.
started activity? Oh.
Who started activity?
Okay, let's. Yes, I snitched him.
Okay, you know what? I'll do an activity then. Fuck it.
No, okay, that's already started one.
DM overrules.
No, do not. No. Okay, yeah, no.
I'm just memeing. Of course, I wouldn't put on metal pipe sound effects 10 hours.
I mean,
Now,
technically,
you say that,
technically,
but I go on there and that's what's there.
That's kinda actually something that would be playing.
At random intervals.
I've got a better idea for something to use.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna just there you go. Let's see. This cursed fucking thing. Why is this Discord does not comprehend that people wanna? Why is there a Home Depot?
What?
I'll leave it.
God.
I can't start my own activity.
I'll stop it for you.
Yes, please.
Yeah, please. No, I get PTSD from that.
You can also stop the fucking activity buster.
Oh.
Yeah.
Leave activity.
Nihilum, you still have the activity open. Okay.
Okay. I'll do the proper then. God damn it. Fucking
Technical difficulties.
yeah. Fucking apparently. Why does Discord doesn't comprehend that people just want a music bot?
Why is Blester the host?
Kai skalbėte rečiau pilną apkrovą,
Why?
taupate energiją.
Why is-
Bet kuo ilgiau drabužiai guli, tuo daugiau dėmių pridžiūna.
I don't know.
Ariel Extra Clean kapsulė su dėmės
Why is there
pašalina
Yeah, I
nešvarumus,
fucking
todėl
hate
drabužiai
this.
išplauti pilname būgne yra itin švarūs ir kvepia fantastiškai
also
gaiviai.
does
Ariel Extra Clean.
sing
Visada
song.
laikykite vaikams nepasiekiamoje vietoje.
But
Naujiena.
I got a fucking Tide
Vanilla,
Pods
aren't you the
commercial.
bard?
Filtrų spindesiu it ledas.
Nobody said I could sing.
Paruošk savo plaukus karščiui ir suteik glotnumo.
Okay,
Užbaig
Please.
papildomus spindesių sluoksnius.
and
Spindi
I want to
it
actually
ledas.
start the game. It's been 10 minutes. There you go. Finally.
Why is it so loud? How can I turn it down? Help. There.
Yeah, I need to lower it a bit as well. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yay.
So,
Still.
you all went inside the portal, hopefully avoiding...
There you go. Now you're hosting.
Thank you. Now, you all went through the portal, clearly avoiding a potentially certain death from the outside. And where you end up is a very open, a very wide, and almost seemingly endless workshop. Almost these orange lights seemingly mimicking dusk, or just barely the rising the sun, illuminate through the windows from no actual source of natural light. Massive machines of hundreds upon thousands of cogs are spinning in the walls, in the ceilings, and in the floors. A massive banquet hall, seemingly prepared, although the tables, besides plates and finery, are empty of food, drink. The chairs are vacant and empty, and there is a massive statue that seemingly is placed in the center of this banquet. And you can all hear what you're hearing now echo through these halls like an echo. Not like an ambience that's coming from every nook and cranny of this place, but seemingly from a singular source. Somewhere through the hall, somewhere through, well, deeper inside this place. Echoing like an echo, exactly. Anything peculiar you like to do, or say, or, you know.
So there's no bookshelves or anything. It's just this banquet hall with a statue.
Yes.
I would like to go. Wait. We ran out of the door, and the door just opened to this, right?
Well, there was no door. There was a portal.
Okay, then I would politely ask Kalis to put me down.
Kalis politely puts her down. Did
Hmm.
the portal close behind us?
Yes.
Okay.
And all of you made through. Nobody was split off. Although you do see Fang on his force, slowly but surely rising up, yet flinching nonetheless. Oh. As he seems to finally soak in everything that he sees all around, and kind of just looks at the ceilings and just kind of gets mesmerized, entranced maybe, and seems to be unresponsive.
Does he have any obvious wounds right now?
Well,
Yes.
there is several massive recent holes through his chest. 3 massive punctures, almost 2 inches thick of each. One that would you assume would be straight through the heart. One would have basically severed one of its lungs in half. And the third one, assume basically have broken the lower spine and basically its lower body. Despite that, the These wounds, they do not heal.
Damn.
As there is now this makeshift patchwork scale slightly put on. And you don't see it bleed. Fang does not bleed. And he doesn't even react like he is suffering something extremely... He seems like he had a little fall, a bit disoriented. Not like he has 3 massive holes for his chest and lower abdomen.
I mean, he did get stabbed to death, nearly. He was rolling death saves until Blester saved him.
No, that was Grimcloak.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything on the table?
Well, you all can see the tables go, well, for hundreds of feet. Maybe even thousands for the longer tables. Wide, the 2 people can sit opposite of each table, and each of them has a bronze plate and a set of cutlery neatly placed besides the plate. The metal immediately, well, like everything else that seems metallic in origin, does have that familiar bronze metal that you assume is not actually bronze, but whatever the material is that none of you can actually break.
Well, Nihilum would go towards the statue first. And in particular look if there's any name engraved anywhere. Or even better, if she just recognizes the person.
Grandpa?
Mother?
You can roll me a religion, a wisdom, or a nature.
Let's see.
While she's doing that, you said the music came from a specific place?
It seems to, for a second, it's just echoing everywhere, and you think for a second that it's like comes from all around you, but then you realize it seems to echo basically from deeper inside this place. And it actually has a source that you can actually hear coming through with the echoes.
Kalis looks to Fang and the rest of the party and points in the direction he thinks the music is coming from.
Also, what check did you make, Nihilum?
Religion.
Religion. What you see is about a 200-foot tall bronze statue. It is not actually made of a singular metal, but hundreds upon tens of thousands of threads of what seems to be, well, the metal. Half the statue seems to have been disintegrated, or more specifically, almost like pulled away, thread by thread. Its back skull is still present. Most of its front, the face, the chest, its left arm have been basically pulled away. Its legs, its spine, its essentially back of the skull, and what you assume are like the beginnings of his jawline are still present on the statue, but everything else seems to be missing. When it comes to any identification markings of, whom it might be, a name, there is nothing.
Now oh, sorry, go on.
No, you go first.
I would just turn towards the group and say, does any of you know who this is?
Wester will walk on over and have a go at it.
You can roll me history, religion, or arcana.
Doesn't matter for
In the meantime,
Yes.
Grimcloak is gonna walk towards Fang. I guess I do notice he's zoning out, so I just put my fingers in front of him and snap a few times, like,
He blinks twice and looks at you.
I want to reroll that.
We're here. We're here. And then he gets on all fours and almost, for the first time, almost reveals his kobold nature as he starts to rapidly sniff the floor.
You see Grimcloak adjusting his mask and size, and then just follows Fang at this moment, because there's nothing else he can do.
Well, he's not going he's not going anywhere. He seems to be reveling. You assume if there was a small dragon in a hoard of gold, this what it looks like, as he seems to be like a cat rolling on the floor. A bit too excitedly.
Guess I'll have to ask, do you have any idea where your master would be?
He focuses himself a bit, stops mid-sway to look at you, and then kind of his primal urge fades slightly, and his intellect kind of comes back to him. Yes, I suppose he is somewhere around here. Kind of grabs himself off the floor, kind of shrugs off what dust and stuff he had on himself, and starts just kind of looking around. And then he seems to finally realize that there is music playing, sound, and he immediately points his staff. And you don't need to roll an insight, but you can definitely understand that, well, Fang doesn't really have any actual certainty or actual, like, he is not trying to deceive you. He is guessing. But in heart of hearts, he's believing wherever the song is coming from, that's where the master is. As he points the staff towards where the echoes, and says, that way. He just starts just like fast walking, which for you, Grimcloak, is basically normal walking.
You can see Grimcloak's eyes is like, well, maybe your master knows where my book is. He adjusts his mask once again and follows, and then I shout to the rest, if you find any big bodies of a giant or some sort, we may have found his master. Pretty much saying that, like, because everyone is because so far we've only seen big bodies of the two gods. So it's like Grimcloak's going with logic. Probably another big body somewhere. Hello?
Yeah. So yeah, well, you head out and basically go with the Fang towards the sound, the music, everybody else. Buster 23.
Yeah.
The way this looks, you have done a lot of digging in the actual history, and you haven't seen this person, or particularly because he doesn't have any facial features. It's kind of hard to discern. Although the way he sits, you know, some of the ancient emperors of the Dorian Empire preferred their portraits to be painted in this sort of sitting on the throne. It's a very long shot, but it could be very much a coincidence. Because also you can see that this statue is made of basically metallic thread that you couldn't even snap with all your strength. Well, comparing it to an ancient painting of millennia-old emperors and empresses. That's really all you can pull with a 23 with a half-defaced statue.
Unfortunately, it's not much to tell about it, except for its origins. Or potential origins. But I guess the master, Fang's master, will explain. Should go that way.
You're probably right.
So, I assume for the way, okay, everybody's heading towards the music, or somebody staying behind to just examine anything peculiar?
No.
I mean, unless there's
Okay, let's-
something particular to look at.
Well, the whole, like, Buster, there is like a bunch of gears and cogs, machinery, clockwork, and everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And while it is impressive and fascinating because you don't know what the purpose is, your also instinct is to not touch it.
Yeah, definitely not
Oh, yeah,
to touch it.
Something that I want to investigate was just on the plates or just the machinery or anything. Does it look like it has been recently used?
No signs of foods being eaten or drinks being drunk from, from the cutlery. Although they do not have any dust. They do look like they've been cleaned recently. Only the floor is slightly, and I'm saying slightly dirty.
The floor is slightly dirty. Do I see footsteps in it? Other than
No.
our own?
So, with that being said, I would say Grimcloak, you and Fang are the first ones to, well, basically lead quite a bit, as everybody else kind of still gives a once-over look, with the rest of you following not too far behind.
Well, everyone else is doing archaeology. Grimcloak is like, I want my book back, damn it!
True, that is very much fair. However, you continue walking through, essentially, the banquet continues. More clockwork, more chandeliers, but it does not look like an endless hallway. There's a certainty. I would say for you to roll something, but I know your modifier is too low at this point. You realize there is meaning to everything around you. There is distinct purpose, but it is greater, beyond your comprehension at this point. For all that you care, you see hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of moving parts through the hallways, ticking and clicking in an orderly fashion, everything in sync and well maintained. To what end, you really do not have a clue. However, after a few minutes of traveling the hallway deeper, the echoing becomes more distinct and less echoey, as you can hear the original sound, not the one carried by bouncing off the walls. And in the end, you see a table, a massive table with no actual plates or knives, but scraps of metal, pieces of thread. And by the table, next to it, hunched over, is a 7-foot-tall creature. Its focus is fully on the table. Although, one thing you can immediately discern Grimcloak and Fang, he's next to you. While his face is humanoid-ish, of flesh and seemingly of blood, everything beneath him is of gleaming blue gems and this same familiar bronze metal. I don't know how much closer you want to get to this creature, as it seems to be tinkering with something on the table that seems to emit the sound that you're all listening to. The song that keeps on playing.
Is Fang approaching still, or is Fang stopped?
Fang stops about 50 feet away. You can roll me an insight check.
Naturally. Where'd my cat? Oh, sorry. The character sheet was closed, so I need to reopen it. Insight.
Well,
And
you assume that he stopped voluntarily. Kind of. You can guess several things why, but you assume he's here and now he's kind of awkwardly doesn't know what to do. He's at the end of the journey that he was hyping himself for who knows how long, and now he's here. And now he's kind of patiently waiting, even though the man next to the table does not care for your approach. Or maybe he just didn't realize that you're here at all.
oh, I'm gonna do something silly. Grimcloak slowly starts approaching the man. Just casually walks up.
One thing that you realize, the table is, well, the actual, the level of the table is about 5 feet off the ground. Kind of a bit awkward to see how, he slightly towers you, but not too much. One thing that you do realize, he does have a lot of gnomish features on his face, although he is, well, by the way, his ability looks human. Gleaming sapphire eyes, fully focused, with these pristine greenish tools, basically tinkering with this box that seems to exude the melody. Yeah, you would approach, basically observe the entire table. Things that you can recognize is, of course, the metal, quite a bit of strings to assume he pulled from the statue. You see some pieces of metal that have been shaped that you can assume came from constructs that you saw in the Dead Planet or something similar.
The Planet of Dead Realm.
Yes, as in the little observer that you basically found.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Although it's only pieces of it, not like whole bodies of it, and just a bunch of gears, wires, a bunch of junk, just by the looks of it.
No papers. No papers. No.
No papers. Not a single paper in sight.
Has anyone walked any closer to him?
Yeah, Grimcloak just did.
Yeah, Grimcloak said he walked by the table, and now he's just kind of. I imagine. I forgot. Grimcloak, how tall are you?
Where did I picture? Straight. 6.3, so he's taller than me.
Yeah, so yeah, you basically, you're not you have like a whole good view of the table. It's a big, like 40, 50 feet wide table. And yeah, just kind of observing him work.
Well, then I'm gonna have to, I don't know, to speak up. May I assume you are named Rett?
All of a sudden, his head shifts, and you can hear a sick twisting crunch between what you assume is metal and actual bone, as his neck seems to be so stiff and hasn't been moved quite a while. As his gaze shifts from the box, his fingers slightly almost fade off the construct and puts all the tools next to it and looks at you. That I might be. And then looks at you. His head creaks once more, looks down the hallway and sees, of course, Fang awkwardly staring, and then of course sees all the rest of you walking basically Fang at this point. Then of course his gaze moves back to you, Grimcloak. You're not people. How did you get here to Arca? Bang! All of a sudden, springs up and starts running towards both of you. As he waves his staff and says, "I went to the north. I found the cache. I had the coordinates. I know where you were, and I came." Rett takes a step back from the table and kind of fully composes himself, kind of stretching out his back, as you can hear hundreds of grinds in his chest and back, as seemingly metal seems to be pulling something or straining itself. Can everybody roll me an insight check?
Did this. I've taught Howard's favorite number.
Wait. Oh,
Wrong.
that's a 1d120.
Wrong.
How's that?
I was wondering how I got a 43.
I'm like, that's illegal, you know.
It's...
Looks like my 18 was the highest.
Seems like.
You got some good insight, dude.
Alias, you look at the exchange of stares between the Fang and this tall gnome, extremely tall gnome. As you cannot dismiss the gaze of Rett towards Fang. It is that filled with displeasement, almost disgust. You found my breadcrumbs, is that it? Bang! All of a sudden, Bang! All of a sudden it goes through his pouches rapidly, throws them onto the ground, keeping looking for one of them, and pulls out a almost obsidian pouch that seems to have the most wear and tear, where he pulls out several large sapphires. They kind of almost aren't sapphires, as they also emit this unnatural light, same as basically most of Rett's body. Yes. I use these, and And he kind of presents them to Rett as Rett takes them, all of them from his hands, and crushes them in front of him and tosses the sapphire shards onto the ground. You have no use for me, whelp. Be gone.
Kalis will step forward a bit.
What else?
All of you can
That is
see
not.
a very
is-
heartbroken kobold take a few steps back. His legs are starting to shake, his eyes seem to be watery, and he is... As much as you saw him previously, almost of no interest, and you could even say cocky with his strength, now he seems to be whimpering like a proper kobold, the side of true danger.
Kalis
Act out a
will
kiss.
step forward and place a hand on Fang's shoulder. On the contrary, Sir Rett, I do think that we could use your help.
And he eyes at you and at the rest of you. That may be, but his usefulness has been at the end. He may leave my sanctum, never to return.
What makes you think you can
The-
determine his usefulness?
He looks back at the table.
Well,
Seemingly-
the Justice Mask. Just go ahead.
He looks at this table and seemingly grabs a simple piece of metal. I orchestrated much of the progress of the world. I was made manifested due to my father's will. I keep guiding you all to the... I am efficiency masked. I am inspiration, ingenuity, and the purpose for creativity. I know when a tool is useful and when it is not.
Ingenuity knows that even if a tool has worn out one use, it still can be used again.
Universal tools like hammers, hatchets, picks, swords, horse. People with purposes and life goals are like twigs to be burned.
Or woven into a basket.
Ah, our primordial mind still thinks of baskets. Point taken, young boy. Point taken. He looks at Fang once more. What do you seek, whelp? Fang! Fang's emotion spectrum goes from 0 to being like at the pits of despair and sadness, feeling like he's about to break down, to full of optimism and emotion as his tail twigs violently. Learn! I want to learn! I know what you could. I tried what you could do. I can be better. I can be better. Rett seems to listen to him. All of you can roll me an insight again if you want. With this, I will allow one of you to have an advantage from ahead. He's not present.
Alright, if I take it,
What's your insight?
+9.
He's plus
Yes.
9. He's
Oh,
probably
yeah,
the best one to do it.
Definitely.
All sorts of words were really making someone seep in this room. Okay, Kaylis, you got the highest, but I got a nice 21.
Mm-hmm.
28.
Well, for all of you, you can clearly see that slowly but surely, as moments go by, the judgment shifts. Understanding is being made slowly in Rett's face that he may have judged a bit too harsh. Grimcloak, you do feel there's another layer on top of this. There is a reason why he suddenly had this change of heart and didn't double down or stew all out. Clearly, he knows a lot more than you do, that he seems to be humble in this moment, but you really don't know why. Alis, same goes for you. Although you can discern why he suddenly becomes a bit humble. Not out of the goodness of the heart, but out of caution. Out of mistakes of hubris. As after a few moments, Rett looks back, again once sober, and gives you all an actual somewhat welcoming smile. In the olden days, millions would flock to my side. Those who have mastered their craft for centuries, millennia, several, testing and binding. My expectations have been too high. Nobody has visited these halls for millennium. I apologize. It has been too long. Very well, young Fang. I will take you as my apprentice. But before that, more greater tithings are coming. Are they not? And then he looks back at the table and seems to lean back and start to tinkering again. After a few moments, while continuing tinkering, he kind of loudly speaks up. So, what brings you to one of my humble archives? What is it you seek?
We seek you. We have already encountered your siblings. And to be fair, you are the most welcoming and reasonable of the three.
Though that is not a high bar, to be frank.
You know, I do have more than one sibling. A name or names would be a more
The eldest one.
We were given the names the eldest son, and I believe she called herself Sorrow.
Alea.
Alea.
The instruments get put aside once more. His gaze shoots back, although with no no longer with the sudden unnatural creak that was kind of disturbing. The eldest, you say? Describe it to me. How does he look like?
Oh, I can answer you that. And I'm gonna go into pretty good detail because keen mind.
He seems
And
to
it
think.
was this big.
He seems to think on it for a second, listening to you. He seems to acknowledge your your statement. And you say, Aaliyah. How is she?
Well, she's doing much better now.
His gaze sharpens immediately. Better now.
When we found her, she was in the fairly rough shape, but after that, but as of now, she is doing very well.
She lived through all of it.
Well, technically, yes. When we
It was
found
not.
her,
Oh.
when we found her dead, or seeming to be. Not long after we did encounter her body,
That
she
does not make sense. Thinking to myself a bit. In his seat as well. Tell me, what did he ask of me? The eldest is
he wishes to
So,
he wishes to rebuild the empire, and he requires your help.
rebuild the empire. Say, it's been millennium upon millennium, corpses upon corpses pile on top of our empire. There is no use of a new empire.
I do not believe he is willing to listen to reason.
I am surprised that he lives. For one. Where is he? Where is he? Do you know?
Do we have a map, by any chance?
That's a good question. I
think technically we sort of do.
think
We have the look.
I think Blester, you have the location because you were kind of given the map by the people.
Yes. That is correct.
He seems to think, to ponder. This is a curiosity. I need to talk to him. I need to be informed of what has transpired. How he's alive. How are the others? Tell me, do any of these names ring a bell? Have you heard of them in any recent great significance in this whole ordeal? Now listen close. Itia, Orno, Talib, Catch,
What?
Euless, Chris.
Sorry, I missed one of them. Could you type them out? Because
Okay. Da-da-da-da-da.
I don't think Chris is
Well, no, we were just told the two.
not the Ordo again.
Unfortunately, we hadn't. We were. You were among the first and only two that were mentioned as a starting point.
Starting. What could he mean by that?
As in. Well, I can only assume that he meant for us to get the rest after we had found you two first.
I need a moment to think. Give me a moment to think.
Question.
Huh?
Would Grimcog know any of those names?
None of you do.
Okay, just double checking.
He seems to think. He genuinely seems to think, trying to what's going on. He seems to be lost, like. What of my father? What of the Dragon Emperor? What do you know of him? I know that the world has forgotten about him. You. What do you know?
It wouldn't happen to be the. Would I know anything about it?
No.
No. Not as a fool. Not as a character, at least.
If there is a if there is a dragon who can be described as an emperor, then I cannot say I have heard of him.
The only dragon I would know would classify as an emperor would be the giant dragon we saw outside. The one that was alive. Not the
I
dead
don't
one.
think that's who is being talked about.
He seems to ponder once more through the new information that you've given him. That the old bones outside seem to wake. My calculations are correct, I'm afraid. He shakes his head and then scratches his back. Oh. Oh, Father, what have you done? What have you done? He seems to think, looking at the box. Kind of lost in thought. It kind of goes unresponsive. You seem probably in thought, trying to process his next move. What would you do? Waiting for this awkward pause in the midst of the conversation.
I'd be looking at what's the hell's on the table.
Kalis would be palming
Or-
a certain small metal box that he's debating whether to show to Rett or not in his mind.
Oh,
Nilum would look at the small I don't know, what was it called?
Like a little.
The almost sword.
Oh, your sheath.
Yes, that.
Uh-huh.
And quietly ask it if it knows any of the names mentioned.
And the blade silently responds, even though it is in your mind. But of course I do. Those are the children of the Dragon Emperor.
The children of the Dragon Emperor.
Ask which one's your grandpa.
Then I'm gonna say, okay, well, if nobody's gonna speak up, then Grandpa pretty much looks at him and just says, I do not know the great machinations of fate, but there's been many things going on in the world, and I am having one of the most lousiest days today. If you apologize my rudeness. Your sister sent us to a dead planet. Then what? Then we were taken to Trupar City by a device similar to the things that I spy on your table, at least the same metal.
Mhm.
And then we went on our way with your apprentice here, came to some cold lands, and then a personal affection of mine was proliferated, stolen from me, and I do not know why. That's very important to me. Many people might have died for it, and it is driving me insane that I do not know.
It is a high possibility that
So,
multiple people
When did
died
you?
for this book.
He seems to. He's still not flinching from his gaze. When did you lose your affection?
the book, I lost it when Fang teleported us to the cold lands where your gate was. I was alone in a cavern surrounded by these ice lizards, which apparently was the blood. But
He's-
before even coming into contact with them, my bag opened and my book was gone.
midst your conversation, his Rett's left hand goes into the metal pile. Plus, you can roll an investigation, by the way, to see what's good in it. He pulls out a piece of cloth that seems to be holding something, and then plops the cloth in front of you. The cloth slightly, basically, pushes to the side from the force, and you do see that in this cloth there is your book.
It takes a moment for Grimpug to notice this and then looks at it and then goes, I do not know why it is here, and I have several questions, but I'm glad it is safe. I thank you for that.
That's Thatch's book. I
That's his
recognize
book?
I recognize his essence. I do not know why you have it in their possession, or why has it been written so recently, or why even I cannot unlock it. But I do think I know a clue where you can find your source.
Oh. This. I only know it as the Book of Zalatus. Not the name Thatch never came up. So this is a new revelation.
So Blister, you quickly look through the things, and you do find, like, you realize most of the threads statue are here. Some are been tangled and moved and twisted. Some are been basically sealed to some plates. You do see some pieces of these bronze metal that kind of resemble the pieces of the drone you saw and you were taken from. Just what you can imagine is a modern engineer's and a blacksmith's scrap with a bunch of normal tools of same bronze metal and some sophisticated tools that you never seen before. But by all means looks like pieces of, well, just sticks with very specific and very complex ends that have the bronze metal but also have this green metal kind of linked together. Also, Nihilum, because you asked about the names of the children. Oh, you asked about the names. Do they mean anything?
Mhm.
And well, the sword replies, but of course, Ezil is the oldest son, Aaliyah is the oldest daughter, Itya is the second oldest daughter, Orno is the second oldest son, Rett is the third oldest son, Talib is the fourth oldest son. Second, where's the piece of paper? There you go. Batch is the third oldest daughter. Ulis is the fourth oldest daughter, and Chris is the fifth oldest son, the youngest child.
Interesting.
I have
May
another
I
question,
ask-
Alexis.
Huh?
Are we still being watched? Mahed isn't here, so I might as well ask.
There.
I would say I'll LARP as my head for a second. He looks around and he looks at the fucking ceiling that has just this exuding, bronze light or this orange light shining down. He just points at the light and says, "It looks nice."
It looks this.
I'm not looking. I'm not asking that for Mahed though.
No,
Felix is
he
looking
doesn't
for
see
Bridget.
anyone else in here. He doesn't see anyone else
Not
looking.
even that specter.
Not even that.
Kalis will kind of step back from the group as other people are talking. And he pulls out that box that Bridget gave him.
Mm-hmm.
After messing with the latch for a moment, he'll ease it open.
Ooh, he's just gonna open it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you open up the basically this dark metal box, and inside of it you see a small little locket, a small little necklace, seemingly made out of the same familiar black metal, but as a string. And what seems to be the centerpiece is a symbol. A symbol of 5 heads of dragons swirling clockwise. And the heads in coloration from the top and all around goes red, blue, green, black, and white. That is the symbol for Tia.
Can I open the locket?
The locket is not one locket, it is 5 distinct lockets. You do open the red one, and what you see, almost like a small little mirror, is a desert. You see somebody walking through the desert, the wind is blowing, and you see hair flicker in front of the eyes or whatever you're watching through, and you realize the hair is very familiar. It's Hercules. He's somewhere in the desert. Wandering.
Kalis carefully shuts the locket.
Would you try any other pieces?
I'll try the blue one.
You open up the blue one, and what you see is a very wide open room made of very pristine marble. You see it's a bedroom. It has, well, what you assume is what lords and ladies would have, and you see delicate blue fingers seemingly playing the harp in front of you. Fully focused, fully into the rehearsal or whatever, playing the notes as they seem to go. When it comes to the other ones, the green, the black, the white, they do not open. As you might, they do not seem to.
Kalis will pocket the locket. He's a poet, and he didn't even know it.
And again.
Yeah, I need to add. And we go again. Yeah, it's over. It's over. It's
he'll walk over to he'll walk back with the group, holding the black box that's now empty.
So, okay. Anyway,
what are you gonna do? What are you?
well, he said as he was going. Red's about to say a source, so Grimcock's definitely going to find a source. This is the first time I've heard of a possible source. Anything will help right now, so please tell me.
He sighs. It is difficult. It is extremely difficult, exactly from my perspective. But Azil should know more.
Who? Sorry, who? Deal?
Azil. The one that you refer to as the old eldest son. If he is what I think he is, which I most certainly have the probability that it is, his name is Azil.
Now we have a name for our employer. I thank you. This has definitely helped a lot. Though, does the name Zelatus tell you anything? Apparently, he was the previous owner of this book.
He seems to think for a second. One of the magisters that interestingly enough, did serve under Tatch was named Zelatus. He seems to be thinking a bit about it. Could be another coincidence. Seeing how things are, I seem to less and less believe it.
I thank you. Is it okay if I take the book back with me? It is apparently...
Do as you will. May it guide you wherever you wish it to guide you.
I thank you. And I retrieve the book of Zelatus/Tatch? Question mark.
Yeah, question mark indeed.
There's gonna be...
If no one else is going to step up and ask him something now, Kalis will step up with the
What?
box. Do you happen to know what form of metal this is?
He looks at it, and his face contorts slightly back, almost like a sneeze. Nevertheless, he extends slowly his hand to reach for it.
I hand it to him.
He picks it up, almost like you'd imagine some noblemen would carry a warm pile of cow shit, which is barely touching the box as it could, and placing it on the table. He grabs one of the tools that was synchrony with the other thing, and the tool's tip extends into almost like a fork as he slowly prods into the metal for a few seconds, then retracts the tool and just kind of pushes the metal box towards you off the table as it goes clank clank on the ground. What is this mockery? Who gave you this?
Someone close to me.
Speak. Will not have some vague illusions or shadows. Who?
My daughter. Not genetically. I do
And
not
where
know
she
came from.
and where would she have acquired this?
I do not know.
Do you know where your daughter is?
No, I do not.
Do you love her?
Yes.
How? Or better yet, the better question is, how much do you love her?
Kalis would kind of straighten up to his full height. She is everything to me.
Do you love this world, child? Is this world lesser than her?
You can see Grimlock adjusting his mask and side glancing to Kalis.
Kalis is stock still and silent. debating the question to himself.
And
And you see Kaelus's gaze kind of flickers to the rest of the party,
then
especially to Blester and to Nihilum.
okay.
I love them both, and I would not ask for one at the absence of the other.
There is understandable sigh, but it is back with. In these following weeks, then you'll have to decide which one do you love more. That is Tiamidi and Steel. Only one entity, Wrath, manifest this metal.
Tiamat.
His gaze, which was, from neutral to inviting and somewhat polite, kind of becomes indeed. And as my calculations are correct, she makes flight towards our world. We must prepare for the worst.
I have seen many a tragedy. I've seen the damage she can do. There has to be a way to change her course.
There will be. We simply pray it is not the one I think of.
Well, surprisingly, with a bit of optimism, there's almost a chuckle from the engineer. Well, a handful of minutes ago, I thought that my brother was dead. You came here on his behest. The possibilities are always there. Nevertheless, a plan needs to be hatched, and it needs to be hatched quick. I do not know what my brother is thinking. What he has been thinking. What kind of conquest he thinks at the eve of speak with him. Sighs again, looks through his bags that are basically next to the table, away from basically all of your view. And these are massive satchels, like several feet wide. Although, when he opens them, it's clear to see that it's void, it's empty, it's a very big bag of holding.
Yeah, I figured as much. He would have that. So,
So you are coming with us. Good.
No,
Like to pick your brain.
I shall not go to you. I will do something a bit better, for I have maintenance to do. If all that you describe is correct, I need to set up wards, I need to prepare traps just in case. You, however, you shall return to my brother. But while you do, you will carry this. As he says this with a prolonged pause, or I guess prolonged this, he pulls out this orange reddish crystal, the size of an apple, that seems to beam with a slow pulse, and he puts on the table basically for any of you to pick it up. This is a beacon. Present the beacon to my brother, and I shall have a straight passage to him. Wherever he is, wherever is he hiding, this plane or subplane, or a plane within a plane, I will have straight access to it. And then we can discuss the plan of him, what he plans to achieve with this conquest.
Nilum will step forward and pick it up, and the same motion, hold up the hilt and ask, by the way, do you know what this is?
Hilt.
You gonna like look at the beacon, like point it at the beacon.
No, this. I think she's holding out the sword to him.
Yeah, I'm talking to the
Oh,
person.
the he's just gonna point it to Rett as like, who is this?
Yeah, what's this question mark?
Rett.
This is Rett.
No.
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 She's asking Rett about the hilt.
Oh, I'm sorry. Finally.
Nilum just hears Rett
Just
and the hilt
points.
speak at the same time.
He-
The hilt says,
he-
"This is Rett." Rett says, "This is the hilt."
Fair enough. However, you can extend it. That is my child, a living weapon. It's amusing. Your position. Can you wield it? Can you use it?
Well, I'm not great at it, but it does listen to me when I tell it to kill something.
It's correct. It's posture again. You have my father's blood. And he takes a few steps off the table towards you and seems to just stare at you. I see. Well, I do not see. I understand that you have a link with the blood. But whose blood? Then he kind of squats down next to you, Nicolum, seemingly eyeing you. I really do not know. As our line became so weak, he seems to just eye you for a good few seconds before standing up back to his full height, walking back to the table. These blades, 118 were made, either customly made by my father, siblings, or the magisters, or they felt fancy to have another. Well, another was made. The process was a bit taxing. Million of warriors, million of souls, practicing martial prowess for over a millennia, proving themselves in the ways of any known way. Fight, bend to conquer, to mend. All their souls congealed and sacrificed to make into a vessel. One of those vessels you carry, and it gives you the hilt.
I see. Well, I was hoping. Oh, sorry.
What you have in your hand, young child, is the fury of a million, the patience of a million, the wisdom of a million, and the duty of a million.
So it can also tell her things.
It can do many. 1,000,000 souls, 1,000,000 personalities, thoughts, ideologies, beliefs, memories shaped, congeal into one being.
Why do we not ask it what line Nihilum comes from? It can recognize her bloodline.
Well, that's for her to ask the blade.
Elam just kind of looks at the blade, looks at
Who
Kalos,
is my grandfather?
and
sword
just
is.
blatantly asks,
Are you gonna ask?
"Oh yeah, well, Elos, I do have a question.
What is the question, young lady?
Since you know from my blood, which of the siblings do I belong to?"
That would be Titia, young lady.
Tia.
Titia.
Yeah.
The second oldest daughter.
I see. Thank you.
Red seems to just look at you. Well, did you get your answer?
I did.
Well, there you go. And he kind of nods with acknowledgement.
Hmm. She just continues thinking to herself.
Fuck
Turns
you.
Shut the fuck up. Come on, we were all thinking it. You didn't have to say.
We're all adults. We're all adults here.
As the Elam kind of turns to Red again, what can you tell me about Titia?
Are you asking the blade or Red?
I'm asking Red.
She was the take care of nature. Every single bloom, every single flower petal, every single insect. She knew all of their names, all of their lifespans, when they were born and when they will.
Caretaker of nature, I see. Thank you.
No, Grimglow. Oh, sorry. Just so I was saying, no, Grimglow will not ask about Thatch.
Well, in that case, you are told by Rett, grab the beacon and head towards my older brother.
Nium would take it.
Before we go, do we go the same way back? Because on that side, an angry ice dragon with an angry ice man with several angry ice lizards is willing to kill us.
The blood has been
I can take
agitated.
him.
I see. He seems to think for a moment. Wait. Told me that Elias Pest of a Mound brought you here, correct?
No, the dragon put us on a dead planet.
Yes, I am sorry, but yes, you came to contact with it.
Indeed.
Very well, I need one of your blood. A droplet will do. As he goes to the table and seems to basically move a bunch of wires, like the threads, closer to himself, and almost like a magic trick. He squishes his thumb in his palm and pushes all the threads, and all of a sudden the threads become one just very hot, almost red metal piece. As well,
Kalis will step up. I emitted a lot of energy on that planet, so I do not know what you need the blood for, but perhaps mine will be the most useful. And
you are all void tainted, for you have taken a ride on her cursed mount, but that is also a boon for all the void tainted carry the essence of that accursed. A droplet would do.
I'll take a small knife and
No,
cut my thumb
no.
a bit.
No, he grabs you by the hand. And then you see this massive jagged piece of metal that is like singeing in his hand as he fucking, without like be prepared or anything, just fucking prods at the tip. Suddenly you feel a singe of pain. Can roll me Constitution saving throw, Helios.
Oh boy, I'm good at those. I'm glad.
Nah,
I was talking about Theodore and the ice dragons outside.
give me a second.
20 total.
You take 49 divine damage. As you're like, just a little prick.
Jesus.
But here's the thing, just a little drop of blood. But you might have realized, in his perspective, small droplets of blood can mean a lot more in your case, as he
Kalis
basically.
is already still injured, and that took him down a third of his hit points.
Kalius, the horn, this piece of metal impacts one of your primary veins in your hand, and you can hear, first of all, sharp pain, singeing skin. Your entire hand just fucking twitches and contorts, and then you fucking hear like a boiling kettle as you see your blood comes from the other side of the metal and pours all over this burning hot horn that gets doused in your blood and becomes this red black metal horn.
As this is happening, there's like a sound of grinding teeth and Kalis's feet shifting to like get better
Yeah.
grip on the ground.
Oh yeah, as Rett lets go of your hand, and what he has in his other hand is, well, the blood metal horn that is coaxed in your blood and is still steaming, and kind of like every single like liquid fucking bounces off into mist. As he then gives you, Kalius, the horn in your hands. There you go. You're blood bound to this horn. Whenever you blow it, it will beckon your call. And knowing what it is, it can travel wherever and whenever it wishes. So making your trips back would not be a hassle. As he gives you the horn and kind of lets go of his hand from it.
Kalis takes it and nods. Not trusting his voice to not shake if he spoke. Because, ow. So I got a horn that summons a mount, a dragon?
The void dragon that we rode.
Yeah, the void dragon that you rode. Huh. Also, give me a second, I'll be right back downstairs. Oh, fuck! Yeah, I need to...
would call the Void Bloodhorn because that sounds very metal.
I'll call it the Void Blood Summoning Horn because
That's metal as fuck.
yeah,
I think the question after this would be: is it just you who can summon the Durg? Or,
probably. Kalis is gonna keep it on him. And it is my blood infused in it.
That's what I'm.
It's kind of mine. I kind of have dibs on it. I'm sorry.
After like almost dying. Yeah,
No,
fair.
I'm not-
no. He didn't almost die, but he was already at 100 hit points, and he took half of that. that stab took half of the health in divine damage. So yeah.
If it was Grimcloak, he would have just gone down to the floor again.
Actually, I like Nihilim's name for it. The VHS is a great idea.
Thank you.
Voidborn Summoner. The VHS.
But no, it's your blood. Use the dibs. I don't see even
It's
in
your
character.
blood. Use it when you need it. Call J.G. Wentworth.
It's my time with the blood.
It's Mom
But
said
yeah.
it's my turn with the VHS.
But I don't think the only
I'm back.
character,
Ninja Turtles.
the only character I would see trying to take the horn or wanting to do a similar one right now will be my head. He's like, "Ooh, me next, me next."
Yeah, that's fair.
Probably.
My turn.
Probably a
My
good thing. Yeah, probably a good thing then.
Kalis just like, while he was doing it, he had one thumb like on the piece of metal, and he was holding the head back with the other hand.
I wanted to do it.
I
I do not think
still
you could have survived that.
it still would be interesting to
No,
me
no,
if
I could.
if Nihilum would make like a blood pact with someone, if they would then be able to use the. I think I'm going to try that.
What?
Nothing.
So,
Something blood pact.
what are you gonna do?
Something dark side.
Is there, by
Give it
any
a rifle.
chance, a different exit we can take? We are not exactly.
Rett seems to think for a second. Alas, no. You can't build a horn here. I do not care for the Void Fiend's appearance here. Not to mention it would be under control, for it has willingly rode you somewhere to a destination which should fit the criteria, and since the binding of the horn was complete, there should be no complications whatsoever.
Well, in that case, should we? What do you all think? Should we rest here or move as soon as possible?
Better not to linger. Not to linger.
I would say that's your decision, Kalis, since you just lost a lot of blood.
You're with the gashing wound in your arm. You can decide.
I
is all-
healed back about more than half of that.
It is only
Also,
a flesh.
now you're kind of bleeding.
Kalis looks down at it. He kind of wraps his like desert wanderer robes a little
Ugh.
tighter around his arm. There.
Makeshift tourniquet, let's fucking...
Let's go. More like a makeshift bandage. It doesn't cut off blood flow. It
Fair
just
enough.
stops the blood.
Kalis, that'll get infected in no time.
I'll walk it off.
No, you're going to have a right proper healing session when I get strength back.
Once we rest, it will be fine.
So you're just
Well,
gonna rest
Alright,
here.
so Should I
Well,
No.
how
go
about we
ahead
just?
and blow the horn here, or
Well, if you want to rest, we might want to ask Rett. Hey, is there a place where we can rest that's not um, on the floor? And if we
He
blow
kind
the
of
horn,
looks. He kind of looks around. No, class. People who wander these holes before did not need sleep. So sleeping quarters were not thought about.
We went to the old place of in the ancient civilization and robbed the halls. There we didn't need any. Did the same rules apply here?
we did not need to sleep, but we did need to heal.
And I do think, just for our mentality, it would be wise to sleep at least one night in peace. Also, she turns to Kalis, and out of her pocket she takes like a really fancy looking like what's it called? Second. Like a handkerchief, and gives it to him. Until you're properly healed, at least use this.
Kalis kind of holds it up, like looking at it and then looking at her. I would not want to get blood on such a high quality piece of fabric.
Oh, please.
I
It
will-
means nothing out here.
You would be surprised. I will wash and dress it when we get the chance.
Not.
So we're setting up camp somewhere here, just for a day, just for a nap.
8 hours? You want? I can do a thing. We have enough room.
You definitely have enough room.
Oh no, within the thing that I'm gonna try and do.
Wait, just thought of something. Rett, this place, it is not the material plane, is it?
No, it isn't.
Is it by any chance connected to a city in a similar plane?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Hmm.
It certainly would have been safer to fly through this plane rather than having to portal through multiple times.
So what's the plan?
Long rest, and then we leave.
We're just gonna rest on the floor.
We have
Or we could go to
sleeping
Truma
bags.
City again. Oh, are we resting or are we going or what?
I think we're resting because, like, even if we went to Trigmar City, there's still a chance that those lizards and Theodore are still out there.
That one? Yeah, probably a good idea.
I think I can agree to that. I thought it would just teleport us to Truma City then, and then we can. But we might have only have a one single use. So yeah, let's just rest here. We're just gonna find a place to rest. Rest somewhere.
I mean, technically, you could just sleep on the tables.
Yeah, I was thinking of sleeping in one of the chairs.
No, Kalis
you
would
should.
sleep on the floor. on a sleep bedroll.
I would sleep
Hey,
on the table.
Are you sure? Okay.
Just-
I'm gonna grab a 60-foot long piece of rope and cast rope trick and go climb up into there.
I'm gonna put in a turning moment. Hey, Raxus, can I take rest? Can I still build something in that time? I mean, you know,
What? Come on,
Like,
speak it.
maybe some sort of ammo for a crossbow. I still have some of that metal, you know.
No, my head is gonna do my head things. We already discussed it with my head.
Yeah, I'm trying to be my head that would do that.
No. He said he wanted one-on-one because I told him that this is
the armor. He wants to build the armor.
believe me, he won't be able to build the armor. And I'm not gonna tell you what the Rett says about it. I
Okay, I'm not
will.
gonna say anything about that, but I was just trying to, you know.
Yeah.
have
There's
the spirit
4
in
of you.
here.
There's 4 of you. It's don't worry. You don't
Yeah.
need to worry about my head. So, gonna
Okay,
sleep.
one-
Gonna nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good news! I don't have to pick up the people.
Hey, that's
They
pretty
just got
good.
home.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to kill him to sleep. Oh, I'm sorry to tell you this. You all die. Game over. Anyway, well, you all take a long nap and nothing happens. You kind of awkwardly wake up in an unfamiliar place, and then you realize, yeah, you're here.
Yep.
And it's like, You, for some of you, you had worse
Is-
sleeping conditions. For some of you, this is the worst.
My back hurts. Ugh.
It had to do. I'll be right back.
Is the guy? Is our?
What is
Is
Rett
he
doing?
still there?
Rett is basically. The melody never stopped, and when you look back where he is, he seems to be tinkering to that device.
I would have gotten up just a wee bit early and had just been observing him, if he lets me. Trying my best not to be the annoying. Ooh, what's that one do? What's that one do?
See, so what would you ask?
Just more or like just the general like what it is he's working on, as well as if there's any particular, being a historian and a archaeologist, if there's any sort of information about the past that would be incredibly useful.
Ooh. Now this, mind you, this part right here, Perry 2 years ago would have killed for. This is what he would be all about. This is the big reveal right here, Blister. I guess can't in the long term as well. Rett sighs, looking at the box. Long ago, dragons ruled the world under Tiamat's child. When Tiamat returned to visit her daughter's progress, a massive tourney was raised in her honor. The victor was my father. I do not know what he did to him. Does not speak of those times. But he gained power. power equal to none. He could have rivaled even the daughter at her peak strength, but that was not the way he saw things escalate. He instead chose deception and guile, and from it manifested a spawn that Tiamat despised of. And the judgment for that was death to the daughter, to the daughter's children. But the spawn she could not kill. The spawn was protected by her brother. Out of anger and having filled her maws with destruction, the dragon flew away from our planet. And my father rose from the ashes, gathered the people, back then slaves, under a banner of unity, rallied the people of the world, and raised a civilization, an empire known to none, equal. The dragons were hunted until they faded away into obscurity. The planet modernized, grew, billions upon billions lived. And my father saw a great future for humanity, inspired to travel the stars, read his hope. He birthed us, made us, each one of us an aspect, great aspect of some part of humanity. I am the unity. My older is being, younger are hope, fury, and magic. All my sisters, that of motion, that of nature, and that of cunning, guile.
Oh, I can already know which one for this book I have then.
However, as my father scoured the world's distant stars in the sky in hopes to see something like us, all he found was destruction. Found was pain and desolation, corruption of Tiamat. Everywhere he looked, stars. There were no flickers of light, no hope. Just uneasiness of despair. And then he glimpsed even further beyond and witnessed something so terrifying that he shut himself out. The people who followed him, those who were there on the fateful day, died off, come to madness, became into this vile abomination of the stars. And then, out of nowhere, in a moment's notice, in a heartbeat, our father left its solitude, lashed out, and started destroying everything he created. I do not know what the fates were of my siblings. All I knew is Olia was the first to die. While Zeal should have been dead, killed, while I went into
Hmm.
Now,
Does the mask? So if Alea is dead, is the thing, the fairy we have traveled with, just a spirit?
That was going to be my question.
I do not. I need to know, but I do not know. I like information from here, but nevertheless, I stayed into hiding, slowly listening all the progress of the outside. It went belly up. Death followed after death of our empire. And death roamed millennia, then suddenly silence. And then life rebirthed some fact, some way. And then progress could be felt. A dim pulse compared to what it was at its peak, but a pulse nonetheless. There has been a development between those times and now. It's this. As he kinda stops with tinkering with his tools and points at the box itself. This is the answer. This is the answer to my father's question. She asked long time ago.
Which is?
One of the final questions he asked before he went into solitude, and after that he went full madness. Is all beyond our planet. In the distant stars, the ones that do not even shine in our night sky, dead out of hope. Scorched, singed, and demolished by Tiamat's rain. This melody is an answer he asked so many years ago. No. Somewhere out there in the distant stars, this melody is playing. It's playing of hope, sorrow, and I am trying to preserve it. I captured it in this phone, a box that mimics sound that it has recorded from one of my drone, and I hope to maintain it. I hope for it to have no deviation from its melody, and I hope to have it as a testament to my father's question, an answer for us. There is hope, stars.
That's a very noble thing to be doing. That's for sure.
Some way I am carrying out my father's will. He wished for salvation. This is a reminder of. He seems to bending his lips a bit, and you see his eyes. Sadness overwhelms him. This box, unrelated to anything we have ever made, the melody never sung. This reminds me of times of remember their happy, remember with laughter. Remember the quiet. Stops tinkering with the box and pushes it aside. Can all of you roll me an insight? But additional roll me 2d20s on top of it as a modifier.
So we. Okay, so 2d20s.
As an additional modifier.
Good luck. I got the answer.
Yeah, you got the answer.
I got the. You actually got the answer.
2d20 you said, right? Or just one?
Yeah, so 2d20s and your modifier. That's your insight check.
It's funny because I actually said the answer was 42. So. God damn it. Talk about beaming myself.
Respectable.
There are respectable rules.
Exactly. I'm not. Yeah.
By all means, all of you look at this and maybe you feel pity for the man because you realize the box is in its most perfect condition. But you almost feel a spring of guilt in him whenever he feels something is wrong with the box and he tries to slightly modify it, slightly improve it, just to maintain this box at its peak. Brimco Code. You stare at the box, you stare at the melody. It's a precious box that has been kept in pristine condition until it's been well, until now, and is still maintained. And you realize that it's because Rett hopes that his father can hear this melody, even though he doesn't know what happened inside. He still believes, which makes you instinctually believe that wherever you are, wherever this is, eventually you might come across his father, the dragon, and this box, this melody, should be presented to him. Because if this man believes that this would bring him hope, then, well, clearly it should.
Okay then. Grimcloak steps up to Red. You believe he still lives. And it appears that some who are presumed dead are still among us. So therefore, logic would dictate that your father must be somewhere out there as well.
He grits his teeth. He opens his mouth almost to say something, but then he shuts it. Then, after a few moments, he opens his mouth again, but almost aghast. I hope. Oh, what have I done? What have we done? Almost suddenly, you all see, I guess who are awake, you see the 7-foot-tall gnome seemingly for a second caught up to his actual biological age as his knees buckle and he slumps to the side of the table, his hands on his head. quietly sobbing.
I guess I gotta do this then. So Grimcloak walks over to him, puts his hand on his shoulder very gently,
Uh,
not trying to scare him. I've lost a lot too in my life. Too much. And I've been journeying to undo that wrong in one way or another. Surviving. The book, well, it was like that box. As long as I kept it and hoping the moment would come, the answers would come to me. And at the same time, something was gnawing at me. I had to do something else. Cannot just rely on one thing. Now, something tells me, I do not know what, I do not know why, a gut feeling, an instinct, perhaps your father might be one of our destinations.
he says nothing, but he just listens intently.
You wish to keep the box safe and have him hear the sounds. When we get to your elder brother, we will ask to keep the beacon with us. If we come across your father, we shall activate it so you can present the box. If by any chance we do find him,
The sobbing slightly stops, and he takes a deep breath and rises back on his feet. You need to go.
Grimcloak just steps away from him and goes back to the group, not saying anything.
They're hot second. Lester's going to leave, but not without saying, thank you for the information. Sorry it brought up such a painful memory. And then he just leaves.
Okay. So, Kalius,
Yeah.
would you use the horn?
Yes.
So, funnily enough, as you blow the fucking horn, no sound comes out of it. You just blow it and it's just no sound, just. But then, you suddenly feel, or just only you actually, Kalius, you feel sensation of the room becoming a bit more clear, darker, just a bit off. And then, of course, in front of all of you, from above, give me a second, where is it? There you go. Plops down in front of you a very familiar and a very majestic void dragon by the name of Iskil, as Aaliyah prescribed. Now standing proudly in front of you, Kalius.
Target.
Well, Kalis kind of inspects the dragon, like just kind of looking it over. All right, everyone. It is time to go.
Thanks. I'll definitely have to remember this place, see if I can get back. The stories this place must tell. But yes, it's time for us to leave.
We will have plenty of time for sightseeing at a later date.
Ad.
That was perfect, just randomly.
Wie viel ist dein Auto wert? Ugh.
Okay. Oh,
I do not want to sell my car.
yeah, don't worry
I
about
got
Oh.
an insurance one.
I had McDonald's.
it. I got some random. I got Tide Pods. Let's go.
Okay.
I didn't get
Anyway.
anything because
A
I wasn't
delicious
paying
snack.
attention.
Anyway,
Okay.
Gringo just silently walks up to the dragon and just tries to climb up.
Yeah. It does let you climb up. God.
That was blessed turning it off.
I'm just gonna play it. So where would you need to make sure this is go. Oh, for fuck's sake. No, I have to wait 20-second ads. Fuck this.
I do not.
Good for you. Okay.
The skippable ad.
I don't have a skippable ad. I'm so disappointed.
Alright,
Hey.
so what was...
Naujiena,
We did
Gottfried
not get a
Godlos.
name for the
Nereikėjo
actual
filtrų
place.
spindesiui it ledas.
No.
Paruošk savo plaukus karščiui ir
So
sutrink
you have a
Can I
whole
just like
dragon.
project the dragon in the image, like
Spindi
of an
it
area,
ledas. Suspindėk.
and it'll go to it?
Well, I mean, how would you command? Because clearly you have no instructions how to control this thing.
Hold on, let me find the driver's manual.
Let me look at its glove compartment.
Okay,
One of the scales just opens
just
up there.
try and save us the headache. I'm going to ask in Draconic if it understands me.
It looks at you, but doesn't respond.
Not even a nod.
I
No.
do not think it, It is bound here by this magic, so I think it will only take a command. Let me see.
It's trying to project an image or something.
First of all, is everyone on? Fang, you're staying here?
He seems to look at all of you, and then nod. Yes, yes. This is
Alright,
this is where I stay.
good luck.
Don't be a
You-
stranger.
You too. Kind of waves you as what's how would you Kalis, how would you be like, come on, I need are you gonna like I wanna hear your
Take us to the material plane. What's the planet called that we live on? Like the name of the
roll
planet?
me.
We
You know
should-
what?
we-
You know
we
what?
sh-
Because it's you. Roll me Kalis an intelligence check.
Oh boy.
This is great. 17!
It is Virga. You say
Take us to the material plane, Virga.
Okay, since you were
I know what you're doing.
God damn it. Since you
what
gave
you're doing.
no particular direction or location, just like zero plane, can you roll me, Kalius, a 1 million? Just a 1 million, just a little small little. You don't know where you.
We're in a different plane of existence, so
Listen. Listen. Kalius is now handling the Void Dragon like you would handle your first mechanical car. Okay. Let him know.
974,094.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Can you roll me a D? You know what? Let's do it with Dwarf Fortress standards. Roll me a D300.
Oh boy.
Oh,
176.
right in the middle.
There's a
Uh,
gaping
little bit
hole
above.
full of voidly sickness.
So
I
you
will avoid potholes.
zoom out, like you start to fly, and fly for like a good 20 seconds, and then in the familiar place of this purplish, pale bluish void you are, and then for a good minute and a half you are just kind of there, drifting, moving slowly, gently, until suddenly it pops you out. You look around and you realize all you can see is water. Seawater, to be exact.
All right.
You're somewhere in the
two-
ocean,
Two
about...
questions.
Uh-huh.
Two questions.
Huh?
What time is it? Which
Okay.
direction is north?
Well, you're about a half a mile from the actual surface of the water. The waves are pretty fucking heavy. It is by the way the sun looks, you're very, very south. And it is you think it's midday, maybe a bit.
Bluster, you are better at navigation than me. Which direction do you think is the desert?
I'm looking. It's kind of hard to tell because there's no islands, is there?
No, it's literally just like you look around. It's literally someone's fucking nightmare. Just sea, as far as I can
We
see.
literally just plane shifted, and there's nothing here for me to get my bearings. You said you're in the south, right?
We seem to be far south, so I would assume we head north for a bit. Problem is, I don't want to direct him to a city because a void dragon suddenly appearing over a city would not necessarily be the best of heralds.
Well, I mean, if it's willing, we could just, make it not able to be seen.
Can it do that? Can you do that?
I can make it
Can
that
you-
way.
Can you do that?
It's like rolls up my sleeves.
You wanna?
Does
course
this
I
thing
can.
have a cloaking device?
No, but I got the cloaking device.
Hold on, wait. I want to see if the dragon can do it first.
Well, yes, but actually no. As he does disappear, and like starts to shift away and disappear, and becomes translucent. And Kalis, you're sitting there nicely. Every one of you suddenly realize the sensation of a sturdy back of a dragon just fades away as you slip off the
No.
incorporeal form of the dragon.
By the gods, turn invisible, not intangible. Do I need to resummon it with the horn?
No, it's still there. You can see it, but it's invisible. Basically, you can make it out. You're still on it, and then all of the rest of you are falling into the fucking sea.
Alright.
Question:
Pick
Uh,
everyone back up, please.
What
We do not want them falling into the
is
ocean.
there any one of you that would try to slow yourselves
Yeah,
down?
obviously.
Listen, I don't know how to drive a stick shift, okay? I didn't know that button was the eject button.
Hmm.
It seems I will have to spend some time learning the abilities of this man.
Good God.
Just
Shit.
go out into
So
a parking lot behind
instead-
Denny's and just start driving it around.
So instead.
What do you got there? A smoothie? I mean, like a fucking dragon. A dragon.
So,
This
Grimcloak,
is
can
my
you get
Ford
yourself out of this?
F-150.
Out of what exactly?
The
Falling.
fact that we're about to free fall into the freaking ocean?
Yeah,
I can
can
I
use my
can
fifth
freeze the
level to
ocean
do.
at best, but
I can do
no.
my 5th level to get at least me and 2 other people fly for a bit, for just a sec until we.
My head has Tensor's floating disk.
Oh yeah, my head is
That's-
fine. Don't worry about him. He's
Okay.
like, wee.
Well, then I can do that, and I'll cast 5th level fly.
I mean,
Uh,
you can cast fly on just yourself, and it'll be like 2 gnomes in a trench coat. Just put a trench coat around you and pretend you're one person.
No, he's
I'm
already
gonna have to
taken
ask
care of.
Araxis something.
Uh-huh.
You know my character, it has something, and that would last for a minute. Can I use that as a sort of semi-flight, or at least a glide?
By the way, you're not really. I mean,
No,
you would go a lot closer to the ocean
on.
compared to everybody
Mahet-
else.
Mahet is fine, so Blester casting fly will work for everybody.
Yeah, that was what was
Okay.
I was saying.
Okay.
So I got you, bro.
Okay.
You
got you,
know?
So it's like, and
Oh.
as I do it, it's like right before I cast, it's like, well, that was incredibly rude.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that while not ditching out any passengers? I'm asking the dragon.
There is no response. Can you roll me an insight check?
Would animal handling also work? It's the same roll either way, but I'm just asking for posterity's sake.
Well, yeah, both can work.
Okay. 16.
Anyway, let's see. You realize that there is, even though you can control it, it is technically not your mount, and you're not exactly in control here fully.
He's still a free-thinking being.
Yeah, plus there's also Olia that probably still has some reins over her. Him, who knows?
Brilliant.
Mm.
I wanted the car without the warranty.
God. Anyways, can
Alright.
we get picked up, please?
Return to
Free
tangibility.
fallen.
for them and pick them up. This will be much faster if we cooperate.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
No, it's a VHS in the car because the VHS summons the car. So it's like me holding up the keychain, the key fob, in the parking lot looking for my car.
Oh.
Oh God, I am.
Alright,
Yeah.
let's pick everybody back up.
Yeah. You fucking snatch every single one of them while they're falling. You have a lot of time.
What's the name of that desert that we were in again?
Kahfir.
Kahfir. Take us
Literally
to...
in the title of the campaign, we added
We
on
haven't
every
been in it in a while.
single,
Okay? It's been
every
a long time since we've
single
been in the desert.
Sunday.
How could you forget?
We get pinged.
Because I'm stupid and it's been a long year, alright?
We get
It's
pinged
March. It's
every
not March.
Oh,
Sunday.
it's not March.
Nihilum.
Yes.
It has been a lot longer than just May for me. I'm not going to go into it.
Mentally, I'm ready in December.
It has been a long year. Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas
Where the
2030.
fuck's my present then? Promised me it.
I PayPal'd you in advance.
You promised me a pony.
I didn't promise you shit.
I see,
Anyway,
Connell,
we
what you
get
DM'd me.
Alright, take us to the desert Kahfir.
Can say please.
Please.
Do you want to go to the
There it
desert?
is.
Okay, roll me a D100,000.
Oh, great. I did.
Hey, we narrowed it down.
Specify what? 1,000 or 100,000?
100,000. You think
I
you would
don't know,
have
he's
a
fast as fuck, boy.
Again, all of you fade into this purple miasma for about 2 minutes. And then you reappear, and what you see is desert. Actually, you are very high up. You're about 10 miles from the ground. Your heads are hurting from sudden elevation spike. Looking down, you see there's a massive sandstorm beneath. But looking a bit to the north, you do realize like 5-6 miles is storm. A mile after that is not a storm, just seemingly storm calms, and past that 1 mile is the fucking ocean towards north.
We overshot it just a little bit, but
It'll work. It's the desert. Alright, take us lower, slowly.
Fucking the lights down, and all of you feel your fucking eardrums pop satisfyingly, realizing you can actually
Just above.
breathe.
Just above the sandstorm.
Ooh. You literally go like about a mile, and you basically see the first few tendrils of sand trying to like kind of touch basically you as they kind of like waves, but none of them rise a lot, as actually they kind of slowly drift southward away from the coast and seemingly, well, dissipate, become smaller and like more expansive. Yeah.
I have been in many sandstorms in my time, but being above one is a new experience.
Ugh.
All right. From here,
Uh,
Lester,
I,
do you think you
unfortunate-
can guide us?
Well, to come back at that comment for you a sec. Unfortunately, the more interesting things you see, the less impact they have. Speaking from experience.
Can you
Well,
guide
try-
us to the entrance?
I find the right outcropping amongst the ocean. I can probably find it on one of my maps and guide us there that way. Start sifting through my bags.
Roll me an intelligence check.
All right, the GPS isn't working. Somebody get out the paper map.
Oh, that's why we do it. That's the GPS is focus anyways.
Thank goodness none of you are arguing. I would have turned this dragon right back around.
I do not care right now.
Oh
We're in the
my
desert.
god.
A small recommendation.
Is this...
You know what? Let's burn a lucky.
Well, you think on it for a second, thinking.
Hold on, Blester's using the
Yeah.
lucky.
I guess we're going with that. I guess we're
Well,
going with the 15
Do you
then.
want to add a D8 to that?
Yes. Yes, I could have had a D8.
Fuck it. Fuck it, you
Go
look,
on.
you look at Nihilum. Nihilum gives you the puppy eyes. Please don't suck.
No, wait. I think
All
this outcropping is actually this one right here.
Oh, there we go. 23.
Okay, 23. You are very much you think about it, you're quite familiar with this landscape surrounding you, because you do see as the storm slightly subsides and actually moves away, but also from the west and the east, you do see the Emperor's Road, and it takes you a good few minutes, and you realize you're very much, well, very, very up north. You could assume you are basically in the uninhabitable fork, which that's what the locals call. Because a lot of people would just naturally would go by. It would settle, by the ocean, because the ocean provides fish, ease of transportation, etc., etc. But because some parts of the desert, there's massive desert storms that accumulate in specific sections of the coast. Those coasts are basically really not habitable. And you know that you're basically, if you would go east, you would hit Ushum. No, actually, if you go east, you would hit Zarima. If you go west, you would hit Ushum. And if you would go straight south, you would hit Nagda, but it's quite a bit of distance. Quite a bit of distance.
Now, I marked on the map the entrance where we first
Yes.
met the eldest. From there, from where we are now, where is that one?
Yeah, southwest basically.
Southwest. We want to hang southwest, and I'm gonna point that way. If we're
Alright.
going directly there, unless we're going to somewhere, one of these settlements first.
Kalis will look towards the other people. I do not think we have time to waste.
That's what I was about to say.
You're just gonna point the drag, look at the dragon, point at the fucking F, take us.
But slow until we reach those ruins of... Yeah.
Okay. You. I guess.
Matt, I project an image so that they The dragon knows what we're.
It's just
where
like
the
a
destination
DPS.
is.
It shows a little blinking arrow where the dragon is.
Now,
We are here. This is
At
where
the
I want you to
next
go.
sand dune,
Now,
please
all
turn
of you.
left.
so the dragon turns its back around and then goes for a fly for about half a minute, and then suddenly the dragon vibrates and seems to try to pull away from something as the sudden miasma fades, and you see the ruins, although you also see the dragon is being forcefully just kind of dragged down into the ground. But also you feel
All right, once we get like far enough down where we won't like break our legs landing on the sand.
Oh, that's the thing.
Kalis will.
You wanna fall off. You wanna
I'll-
climb off eventually, but you realize your muscles don't really listen to you. As you all get basically pushed through the sand. Although you go seemingly through the sand, you're not like covered in it or drowning in it or suffocating in it. You just get pushed through darkness, 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 and darkness. And with that, I think I'm gonna call it here because I'm very fucking tired.
All right,
And
We
fair.
can. I
Good
can
luck.
tell,
Ugh.
man. You're fading.
Thanks.
There you go. You got some lore. Very cool.
Oh
This was
yes,
nice.
the exact reason why I came here.
You got the lore. You got.
I just wish Mahet was here.
I know my head will have
I'm
such
gonna
a.
try a bit. Don't you worry.
Oh, my head will have his own little adventure. Believe you me.
Oh no.
I literally said. Well, the funny thing is I kind of was hoping. He's like, yes. Let's see if just for shits and giggles. Let's see if I can get good lore.
Can
while
you?
Mahet isn't here.
Can you say you want to say anything before shutting this recording down with no survivors?
Lore, lore, lore,
Lore.
lore,
No.
lore, 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 lore.
I hate
All right,
sand.
lore.
It's rough and coarse and gets everywhere.
Lore.